Northeast Region Coordinator for the Epilepsy Foundation. I'm going to try to go by my script and not falter. So anyway, in 2000, our son Mike was 20 years old. He started his junior year at engineering major for Penn State, working for PennDOT in the summer as an intern in a very wooded area near Red Rock. Was bitten by a mosquito that was carrying viral encephalitis. So he started convulsing, and after a week, he was airlifted to Philadelphia to to HUP, rather, where the outlook wasn't good. They told us if he lived, which every parent does not want to hear, they told us he could be in a vegetated state forever, deaf, blind, or continue to have seizures. So after a month, we returned home, and he had to learn to read and write and walk and talk from scratch. He needed physical, speech, occupational therapy. He worked really, really hard, but he gained most of his abilities. So after a few years, he returned to school. He went to LCCC, and it was apparent that math skills weren't coming back that easily, but he was never good at that anyway. So he graduated from Bloomsburg University with an degree in elementary education. He worked for the Children's Service Center, and he was a mentor for many young children with behavioral issues, but he was still having seizures. During this time, we were lost in a world of no control and no help. 2000, there weren't iPhones that you could just go to and look up information. Not many people had laptops that you could figure anything out. So we were in the dark. The doctors gave us the diagnosis, gave us the pills, sent us home, and we had to fend for ourselves. So then we saw a conference in Wilkes-Barre held by the Epilepsy Foundation Eastern PA. We met other families like the Gills, and we bonded immediately because we shared experiences and stories. And then we knew we weren't alone anymore. And then Marianne Salas had a group that started at John Hines, so we had a support group. But we were getting all of our information from Philadelphia, and it was difficult to get information. We were volunteering, we were trying to do programs, trying to spread the word. And finally we said, we really need to have an office up here in the Northeast. So they agreed, and they said we need somebody to work there. And Kathleen and I drew straws, and I got the short one. So I said, I'll work. I just had taken an early buyout from Verizon, so I said, all right, I can do this now. So that was 18 years ago, and I'm still here. So my goal is to help other families never have to go through what we went through on this journey alone. So Mike was very involved with the foundation. He'd go to health fairs with me and do programs. He was very active in the support group, welcome other young people with a smile or a funny story. He became a lead counselor at Camp Achieve. Each year we have our camp from 8-year-olds to 17-year-olds, a week-long sleepaway camp. And he was really involved with that. And he helped so many young men realize, as he would say, epilepsy doesn't have me. It's something I have. Or when life knocks you down, you get back up. Quit feeling sorry for yourself, get back up, keep going. So he helped so many kids on the rock wall and the rope climb. He was always there with a hand, making them laugh, being funny. And he met a beautiful woman there. We say it was love at first seizure because she had never seen a seizure until then. Her standards were low. So they stayed together, and she would come up on the bus, and we would drive them down. And then when she graduated, she came up to Scranton University and stayed here. And he proposed to her at camp in front of all the kids, which gave them a feeling that I can do this too. And as I look around, I see a lot of my campers who are now grown-up adults that are married and have children, and it helped them realize that I too can have this kind of life. It's not going to stop me. So he lived his life the best he could despite having this illness. Ironically, that's where he passed away, was the last day of camp in 2022. Mike's dream, along with many of our support members, was to have a place of our own. A place that we could come to learn more about epilepsy and seizures, to learn about healthcare, how to apply for OBR, to go to college, how to get a job, how to get the support that we need. And also to do fun activities, because when you have epilepsy, your friends kind of drop off. So he found out who his true friends were during that time, and some of them are here today with us. They stayed with him the whole time, so kudos and thank you for your love. He wanted to have a place that we could come together for social activities without the fear of being judged or anything else, and for everybody to lean on each other during hard times, because there are a lot of hard times when you have seizures and your ups and downs. So we'll offer seizure recognition and first aid training. We do that for EMS, we do it for law enforcement, for businesses, for caregivers, for families, for school personnel, and we're going to hold educational conferences here. But we're going to also have family fun night. We're going to have games, we're going to have movies, we're going to have yoga, art therapy, music therapy, and it's going to be a place of our own. So we're honored to have everybody here. I'm so thrilled for the turnout. Each one of you has meant so much in our lives, and I know he's happy. So here's Frank.
Hi everyone, I'm Brina Laughlin. I'm the Senior Director of Programs and Advocacy at the Epilepsy Foundation of Eastern Pennsylvania, but most importantly, I'm Mike's wife. We want to take a moment to thank everyone who has helped us make this dream a reality. So there's lots of people to thank, so bear with me. We want to thank our Northeast Support Group member and former intern, Sally Smith, for reigniting this dream of having a place of our own and finding this space. Yay. And for fundraising. We want to thank Pat Constantino for engaging the community to donate and get involved with our cause. So thank you, Patrick. We want to thank Donna Kane, our cousin and realtor that helped us get situated here. We want to thank our landlord, Dr. Pranav Vohar. He has been so welcoming and generous. He's the dentist next door. So thank you. We want to thank our family, friends, EFEPA community members, and Northeast Support Group members who have donated and helped us fundraise, organize, clean, paint, and purchase items off our MPL wish list. So thank you. Thanks to our EFEPA staff who have been so active in making this come true for us, so thank you, staff. Medtronic is here today. They're one of our MPL center sponsors, so thank you for helping us get to this point. We have two local Geisinger epilepsy specialists here, Dr. Philip Lee and Dr. Akila Venkataraman. She's here, and Dr. Philip Lee is here. We want to thank Raymore and Flanagan and Bob's Discount Furniture for helping us with getting all the beautiful furniture in our center. Thanks to Home Depot for donating paint for us. Thanks to Floors for Good for giving us a really good deal on the new flooring. Thanks to our future Eagle Scout James Yules and Scout Troop 143 for painting and landscaping. Thanks to True Value for donating cleaning supplies. Thanks to Intermetro Industries for donating all of our shelving. Thanks to Ocean State Job Lot for a really nice gift card so you can purchase items for the center. And thank you to all of you for being here today to honor our epilepsy community. I know Mike would be just so proud and happy that we're gathered here today to provide this new home for our Northeast EFEPA office, resources, programs, different events, and most importantly for our epilepsy community members. So thank you all for being here today.
Ditto, they said it all. But I know I can't get away that easy. So, but I'm Bill Laughlin, Mary's husband, Rena's father-in-law. Of course, most people know that, but for those who don't, But I'm thrilled that everybody's here today. This is fantastic. I know Mike is with us today. I can feel him here. I can see him in all your faces today. He would be so happy and so proud today that this has come true. We hope this place will help people and families living with epilepsy to learn how to cope, because we know how hard and isolating the epilepsy journey is. Mike was our epilepsy warrior, and we hope that his spirit will inspire others to fight through their difficult times and never, never, ever give up. Even though the center is named in honor and will be his legacy, we want you to know that this is a place for everyone who has epilepsy. It's not the Michael Hawkins Everybody Epilepsy Community Center. And we know that so many people are affected with it, because 1 in 26 people will be diagnosed sometime in their life with epilepsy. And we hope that the center can encourage more people to come forward and get the support and education that we know is needed to live our best lives with epilepsy. And we all encourage you to live like Mike.
We're very honored and really thrilled to have some special people. Kevin Triever, who is on our board. Kevin, would you like to say a few words?
So I didn't know I'd be speaking, so I don't have anything prepared. So I'll shoot from the hip, which I can do okay sometimes. I met Mike at Camp Achieve. I was one of the nurses who worked there many years, so I see a lot of faces here. Some that I recognize, and some that's a little bit harder to recognize because now they're adults. But Mike and I met, and we hit it off pretty good. He had a great sense of humor, and we bonded over basketball. We would always take half-court shots anytime we had a free few minutes, and we were pretty good at it. But you know, in life, you keep trying and you miss, and you keep trying. I just tell that quick story because that really sums up who Mike was. He would always keep trying. Mike had probably some of the most difficult seizures ever witnessed, and he was a counselor. And normally, like, I will go lay down, Mike. You know, you had a bad seizure. When he would wake up, and no, I'm going to get back out for the kids. And you know, we hear that Mike was a warrior and resilient, and that's 100% true. He never quit. He just would dust himself off, much to the medical staff's amazement, and just run harder than he did before. And I remember many times Mary would try to, he's got to go lay down, Mike, go lay down. No, I'm going to keep going. And they would argue a little bit about that, but he would press on because he wanted the kids to have a great time. And, you know, I'm just so thrilled with this turnout. So on behalf of the board, thank you everyone for showing up today. And the board's very proud of you guys for your own resilience. You guys are really proving what it is to be like Mike, to be resilient and not quit. So job well done. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd also like to recognize the Kingston Mayor, Mayor Jeff Goslick. Would you like to come up? He's been mayor since 2021 in a hard-fought race.
Yes, very hard-fought race.
And we're honored to be in his neighborhood now, so.
Thank you. This is special because I've never had the opportunity to speak before Eddie Day Pashinsky. This is a special day. Very special day. As the mayor of Kingston, I can't tell you how proud we are to have you here in our town. Kingston is a great place to be. We have phenomenal residents. We love to see nonprofit businesses come in. At the next council meeting, I will make sure that everyone knows that this is here, and that to spread the word that this is going to be a wonderful place to be. Unfortunately, I didn't know Mike, but by hearing what everybody has said, I wish I would have known him. But I am honored and very pleased to have you here. If there's anything you need from us, just holler. I'll call Matt, and then he'll call Eddie. And we'll get this worked out. But no, honestly, thank you for being here. Welcome to Kingston, for those of you that aren't residents. And again, anything you need, just holler, and we will do our best to help you. Thank you. Thank you.
have a young gentleman here that's representing State Representative Donahue from the Scranton area. And I don't know where he is, but thank you for making the trip and thank you for showing support. We have State Representative Eddie De Pashinsky. So he's of the 121st District. He's been there since 2006, I believe. He's a tireless fighter for healthcare reform, for veterans, for a lot of things. He's involved with the grandparents raising grandchildren, so he has an idea of a community and the needs for support. He's also, we worked together on the Greater Wilkesboro Labor Council many years ago, and he was a student teacher when I was in high school. And he sat down at the piano and he played Summer in the City, and all of us just like swooned. So I'm very pleased to present to you State Representative Eddie De Pashinsky.
Can you feel the love here? Can you feel the love? And I mean that sincerely. And I think we all know where Michael got his courage, don't we? Mary and Bill and Rita. And look at this. I remember you coming to my office and discussing this. I remember. What a wonderful accomplishment. For Michael, of course, for all of you, of course, but also for all of you that are in here today, all of you that need this place so that you can share and grow and be able to deal with the challenges. You know, we only have one life to live. Only one. So let's do good. That's what's happening here. We're doing good. All of the people that came here together shows what love is all about. The valley with the heart. Is that true here? Yes. Absolutely. The valley with the heart. We've always, from all the way back to the anthracite days, the coal mining days, took care of each other. Because we didn't have anybody else. So we took care of each other. And you guys are doing it. It is an honor for me to be here today with my good friend, Congressman Cartwright, our mayor, Rabbi. We love working together and helping people. That's what our job is. So this is gratifying for all of us that we can be here to share just a tiny part of all the wonderful things that you guys have done. That door is always open for you guys anytime. How about another round of applause for Mary and Bill and Rita? God bless you guys.
Thank you, Ed. Okay, now it's my really big honor, because when his staff called and said he was going to appear, I screamed and I think I blew their eardrums out. I was so excited. But U.S. Representative Congressman Matt Cartwright was in Washington doing his work, voting. He has District 8, which is most of Luzerne County. And he came up because he said he didn't want to miss this. We're grateful for all the work that he's done for us in Washington. Bringing back much of our needed funding for our area. And he works with the veterans, the elderly, and the train, which will bring a lot of people and a lot of business into our area too. So we're very proud, but I'm really thrilled to have you with us.
Thank you, Mary and Rena and Bill, and what a pleasure it is. No, we weren't going to miss this. Eddie and I think alike, and Mayor Kozlik, great to see you, and Rabbi Kaplan, great to see you. He puts me in mind. We were on a program together at the Kingston VFW a couple of years ago, and in walks a couple of people from the Greenberg family. And I knew Sam Greenberg for years and years, and he was a World War II veteran. In fact, he was the national president of the National Jewish War Veterans Association, and I was proud to call him a good friend. He was one of the founders of the Gino Merle Veterans Center, and he spent his last days there. Now, I am not the musician that Eddie De Pashinsky is. But I do play guitar, and I'll do some caterwauling along with the guitar. And I showed up at the Gino Murley Veterans Center one time, and I played, half hour of guitar songs, and I was there at the VFW, and we were up on the stage, and Rabbi Kaplan and I were sitting next to each other, and I said, and I told that story, and I said, Sam Greenberg was there in the crowd, and after I got done playing, Sam Greenberg was the only one who clapped. That got a pretty good laugh. But then Rabbi Kaplan grabs the microphone and he says, well, in fairness, at the end of his life, Sam was losing his hearing. Hey, it's just a privilege and a pleasure for me to be among you today. Look, this is the Valley with the Heart, and resilience is the word, isn't it? Because resilience means you take a tough situation like this and you turn it around and you do some real good. And the other thing I was thinking of, I wanted to share with you is, life is tough enough, right? We all have our crosses to bear, and we have all things that we go through, and man, when you feel alone, that doubles the hurt, it doubles the pain. But when you have a place to go where you can kind of be with your own tribe, people going through the same journey, suffering the same things, it lessens the load. It really does. And for you folks to recognize that and to do this, it's amazing. And that's why I didn't want to miss this today. And so that's why I brought with me here something for you. It's a certificate of special congressional recognition, which is proudly presented to the Michael P. Laughlin Epilepsy Community and Resource Center. A heartfelt congratulations on the grand opening of the Michael P. Laughlin Epilepsy Community and Resource Center in Kingston. Your commitment to providing a safe haven for those in our communities with epilepsy is truly commendable and greatly appreciated. Thank you for bringing this important resource to our communities in northeastern Pennsylvania. Grand opening ceremony, 20 January 2024, signed Matthew A. Cartwright, Member of Congress.
Very nice.
Thank you all. I know that some of our support group have invited Rabbi. Where would you like to
Of course he does.
say a few words?
The tough thing with inviting clergy to say a few words is that people don't look at their watch, they look at their calendar. I walked in here thinking I was going to buy a candy bar, and wow, what a transformation. And what good it's being used for. I think Mike is looking down at us. I feel him too. And I think he's saying, good for you. This is exactly what we should be doing, coming together to do this. In my tradition, the Jewish tradition, we've been taught to be thankful for the things that everybody else takes for granted. So 25 out of 26 people take their brains for granted, right? Even the ones who don't have too many. They take them for granted, and they don't appreciate it. Folks with epilepsy and their families and their friends have to think about it every single minute of every single day. And that's why this is so important. It reminds us not to take life for granted, not to take all the good stuff for granted either, okay? And so there's this ancient prayer. It's 2,000 years old. It doesn't talk specifically about the brain, it talks about the body. And don't take it for granted. And we're supposed to say this blessing every time we leave the restroom. Okay? Every time we leave the restroom, we're supposed to say this blessing. And it goes like this. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Blessed are you, Lord our God. Shebarat Adam b'chokhmah. You've created humans with wisdom, and you've created within us Chalulim, Chalulim, Galulim, Galuliyim. So you've created within us a series of tubes and openings. And then it says, 2,000-year-old prayer. Galoi v'yadu, it's well known before your great and mighty throne. The rabbis had a little humor there. Throne. If one of those things that's normally closed opens up, or one of those things that's normally opened up gets closed up, it would be impossible to stand before you because we'd be doubled over in pain. Blessed are you, God, the doer of wonders and the healer of all flesh. Now, I got to tell you, it's not the most palatable blessing to have to say and everything like that. But if you're on the turnpike and you gotta go, and it says next service is 20 miles, you're praying to God. And if you haven't been able to for 3 days, you're praying to God. The point is, when it's not a crisis, can we be thankful for what we've got in the little things? And that's what it's all about. Every tiny brain cell we need to be thankful for. And thank God that we have the ability to gather together and do something so beautiful and keep Mike's legacy alive for the longest time ahead of us. So God bless you all, and let's make sure that this place does a lot of good.
Amen.